Hello and welcome back to Nautilus Yacht Management with our latest listing, a Nautitech 40 Open named Alicat. Alicat started her journey in France when she was purchased by a Swiss family who sold her halfway across the world all the way to Australia. She was then purchased by her current owners, a group of 4 friends from New Zealand who had already done a lot of cruising around the South Pacific on their own boats. A group of like-minded people who enjoyed water sports and fishing, they decided to purchase Alicat and have her refitted to be perfect for their needs. Benefiting from 4 pools of finances, they were able to do a lot of upgrades, including a new rigging, a lot of new sails, a completely overhauled engine and sail drives, the generator, a brand new water maker, and a brand new dinghy and outboard as well. This all happened in the last few years. At the end of 2024, they decided to go on a massive end-of refit project, which included stripping the entire hull back to the bare epoxy and start to build up a thick layer of epoxy again, followed by epoxy primer and a brand new antifoul so that Alicat has a brand new bottom. Great for performance and great also to prevent against osmosis in the future. The boat is presented in immaculate condition and she's ready to go on. Unfortunately, after a few years of spending the summers in New Zealand and the winters in the Pacific Islands, it is now time for them to go their own ways. 2 of the owners have had a change of circumstances, and instead of trying to sell the share in the boat, they thought it would be better to allow a new family to take over Alicat and start their own adventures. Alicat is equipped with top-of-the-range cruising electronics, a washing machine, a very powerful generator, stacks of solar power, brand new batteries, powerful water maker, very good sails, a whole array of sails both for downwind sailing with the Gennaker and the Code Zero, as well as storm sails and obviously a self-tacking Genoa, which is a feature of the Nautitech 40 Open, and a very good cruising mainsail. Alicat is CE certified as well as being a New Zealand Cat 1 vessel. It's a very tough criteria to be able to meet for all ocean-going vessels registered in New Zealand. As such, she is fitted with a whole array of safety equipment. With that comes a sturdy dinghy and outboard engine which was only just recently purchased and which fits nicely on the davits. It's equipped with tow ropes and has enough power to get your entire family scurrying behind you, which is a lot of fun. The boat has a lot of room, you will see as you are about to step on board, with 4 cabins and 2 heads, as well as 2 additional crew cabins forward which are perfect for storing all your gear. But let's hop on board and meet with Perrin and Wendy, who are about to show us through this beautiful boat. You can contact us, there is our WhatsApp number coming up at the end of this video, and you can also find us on our website at nautilusyachtmanagement.com. Please get in touch, it will be a joy to work together with you.
Hi, welcome aboard Alicat 2017 Nautitech Open 40. I'm Perrin and this is my wife Wendy.
So Alicat is a 4-cabin layout catamaran with 2 heads. It's New Zealand tax paid and currently it's owned with a group of 4 owners, and we've been enjoying summers in New Zealand and then winters cruising up in the tropics. So the first owner was a Swiss family who sailed the boat from the Mediterranean to Australia, and then in 2019 the boat was bought by the current syndicate and brought back to New Zealand. It's been sailed up to Tonga and Fiji every New Zealand winter except for 2021, and when it just stayed for the winter in New Zealand on the hard, having some major upgrades like the water maker and the gen set. And it's just, in the syndicate, it's just been an amazing boat for just a lifestyle of exploring the tropics and around New Zealand, and just having a really good base for a lot of kiteboarding and wing foiling and scuba diving and things like that.
So while the boat was out on the hard in 2021, we also replaced all the standing rigging with new. Then in 2024 we did another significant round of upgrades. We had the engines and sail drives taken out and completely overhauled. That was over $35,000 spent there. And then we did a bottom job. We spent $20,000 getting the anti-fouling stripped off. We sanded it sandblasted it back to the bare epoxy, and then we added some new layers of epoxy as a preventative measure against osmosis. We then added on top of the line hemp or anti-fouling. So all up that overhaul, we spent in excess of $80,000. New trampoline at the front, new outboard. There's numerous things there.
One of the advantages of the boat being in a syndicate is it's had a lot of maintenance done on it, a lot of upgrades, just because it's easy to split the cost with all the owners. One thing that we really liked about the boat when we bought it is just this huge area of the cockpit, and with these doors that stack back, and it's just this flow through to the galley and the saloon. It just makes a huge covered kind of shaded living area that just gets used all the time.
So one advantage that I really liked was that Nautitech is one of the few catamaran builders that still uses vacuum infusion foam composite, and so that means there's no balsa in the core. So when the surveyors come on board, they're always really impressed with the low moisture readings. We don't have issues with rot, and it's light and it's strong.
So due to a change in circumstance with one of the owners, we've had to put Alicat up for sale. But we've had a pre-purchase survey done, as well as an insurance survey, and they picked up on a few small things which we've had all sorted out. So yeah, we'd like to show you around the boat.
So as we come into the galley, we've got the fridge directly here. Now this was just serviced last year with a new thermostat, good size. Coming across this side, we've got a pull-out spice drawer. More good storage. Got the double sink, hot and cold on pressure, and the tap on the left is salt water on pressure, on demand. Got the 2-ring burner, the stove, grill. This gas solenoid we put in last year just so you can control the gas. You can turn it on and off from here rather than going out to the gas bottles, and it's also got a gas alarm and 2 detectors in each hull. And finally we've got some more storage. Really good, easy access, and a whole bunch of drawers. So just looking around the saloon, underneath this berth here we've got a pull-out drawer, and then there's more storage above that. The table is telescoping, so it lowers down to be a day bed. There's a squab on there as well, and so you can use that at night watches as well. It's a great place to be out of the weather. We've got Starlink, just installed last year. We've got another instrument repeater, Fusion Bluetooth stereo, the VHF. And then as we come across here, just down here, we've got the main switchboard for all the 12 volt. Battery monitor there, the top right, and then the fuel gauge and the water level gauge. Coming over the other side of the passage, we've got all the required fire extinguishers, and finally we've got an EPIRB. Okay, so let's go and have a look down the starboard hull. Just coming here into aft, good sized queen berth. Got plenty of storage over here. Behind the door, we've got a large cupboard and some more hanging space. So heading forward on the starboard hull, just come down the passage, go into the head. So in here we have a Jabsco electric toilet. We've got a 40 litre holding tank, which is optional. I've got new tapware there, new mirror, new shower head, and we've got really good flow in here as well, which is awesome. Moving forwards, got a good size freezer just here. 2 drawer. Coming forwards into the forward cabin, got a double berth. At the foot of the bed is the genset controls. This is where you start and stop the genset. Just push button control panel here, super easy to start and stop. Looking around at the storage, very similar storage to all the other cabins. It's got overhead lockers. Again, we've got deep cupboards in here. Hanging space. So looking aft down the passageway, first cupboard is the washing machine. And then we've just got storage all the way down here. So let's take a look at the storage in the starboard aft cabin. You can see I've taken the squabs off and just rolled up the flexi slats. And so as we come in, there's a big locker at the foot of the bed which you can access when the mattresses are still on actually. It's really good storage, deep. You can just fit a vast amount of stuff in here, whether it's galley or linen. And then coming back here, I've got a big locker. And so Alley Cat's had category 1 5 years running now. And so this is where we store a lot of the offshore gear for the safety requirements, drogues and boards and inserts. Yeah, so it's good to have a space where you can put stuff like that. That's just out of the way when you're cruising. So back here we have the diesel tank for starboard, so it's stamped 220 litres. It's just one of the cleanest tanks I've ever seen actually. It looks like brand new. No leaks, nothing untoward here. We replaced the genset hoses, you can see them just in the front there. Replaced them last year as well, so they're brand new. And then as we look forwards, we've got the hot water cylinder, and these normally have a 500 watt element, but we upgraded it to the 1500 watt, and so it just really cranks and we never run out of hot water. And it'll also heat up on genset as well as when you're running the engines. So just heading forward on starboard, looking at the underbunk storage. Very similar to the other cabins. Right here we've got a deep storage locker at the foot of the bed, which you can access where the mattresses are on. And then back here we've got the Onan 4 kilowatt genset. So you'll see down here it's got its own battery, raw water filter, a rake oil filter for the diesel. Yeah, everything looks pretty good in here. So just heading down into the port hull, coming down into the passage, and looking aft, we've got a good sized queen berth here. Very similar to starboard. So again, we've got overhead storage, same as the other side. Behind the door, we have cupboard space and hanging space. Okay, so just going forwards on the port passageway. Go into the head. Very similar to the other side. Here we have a Jabsco auto toilet, new tapware, new mirror, new shower. So just coming out into the port passageway, out of the head, you'll see right here we've got a couple of devices, 2 Victron solar monitors for the main array at the back, and the inverter control. And then these 3 cupboards here, really good pantry storage. It's much deeper than on the other side. So quite good space in here. It's great for all your provisions. On the other side of the passageway, we've got more storage. And again, deep cupboards, and we've got a really comprehensive first aid kit here. So just heading forwards on port side, we've got a double berth here again, identical to starboard. It's worth noting all the squabs are really good condition. They're thick, they're comfortable, clean, neutral colour, so just in really good condition. Just the same as the other side. Good deep storage lockers, cupboards and hanging space. And then down below at the foot of the bed, we've got the water maker control. So just having a good close look here. I'll just quickly run through how this goes. So the black switch top center, that's the main control, and so at the moment it's set on auto flush because we've got auto flush upgrade installed on this, so you don't have to worry about coming down and running the water maker regularly. You just set the timer to whatever you like. Currently on 7 days, and that's the little blue flashing light counting down the number of days until the next auto flush. Top left has got your main pressure gauge. Below that is the pressure control lever, just for increasing the pressure as you start it up. Bottom left is the pre-filter gauge, shows you when you're ready to change your filter. Then down the bottom in the center, this is the divert lever. So once that water quality light goes green, you know you're making good water, you flick it over. And finally we've got the gauge here that shows you how many litres per hour you're making. And so this is a AC model, makes 140 litres an hour. So let's take a look underneath the port forward cabin bunk. So first of all, we've just got a locker, same as all the other ones. But back here, I just want to show you the water maker. So there's the rainmaker, 240 volt. So it runs off the gen set. You can run it off the inverter and the motors as well while you're running along, especially if you've got a nice sunny day. But this water maker makes 140 litres per hour, and it's really simple and easy to use. It's pretty much push button. So you can see the auto flush unit is blinking up there at the top of the screen. There's the main pressure unit. Coming around here, we've got 2 filters, charcoal for taste and the pre-filter on the left. And we've got double membrane system, raw water filter down the bottom, and there's the pickling valve and hose, so you can just pickle from a bucket. So just looking underneath the port aft cabin, right here at the foot of the bed, we've got another one of these big deep lockers. You can see we easily fit in a whole vacuum cleaner. And here we have all the electrics of the boat. So we've got quite a bit of kit in here, and I'll just run through it one after another. Yeah, so down here at the bottom right, we've got the 2 engine batteries, independent. Then next to that, we've got the house battery bank, 6 120 amp hour batteries. Up here, we've got a 30 amp battery charger. We've got a 3000 watt Victron inverter. Got the main 60 amp battery charger. Got the main circuit breaker board. That's for 240 volt. Over here we've got the shore power circuit breaker. Then over the bank we've got the port diesel tank. Just another clean tank, no leaks. Coming around here we've got more Victron electronic gear, so that's the solar array controllers. And then just some more fuses, more electrical gear. Nice professional install. Okay, so just taking a look around the aft of the boat. Under here we've got the 2019 6-man life raft. Up here we have the main solar array. So this is 900 watts split in two halves. It's going to separate controllers. And then down here we have the tender on manual davits. So just walking from the cockpit out onto the starboard helm. Okay, so let's just have a look here on the starboard helm, and I'll just run through the different controls. Down here we have the main engine controls for starboard and port. Both the engine control panels are brand new, as well as the hour meter on port. Over here we have the quick chain counter, also windlass controls. We have the compass, manual compass. Got the main engine controls, and then we're into the Garmin instruments. So this is the wind instruments, this is Garmin Autopilot, and this is brand new Garmin touchscreen chart plotter, which also incorporates the Garmin AIS, Garmin VHF, Garmin radar, and also there's a mast mounted camera, so you get a top-down view of the boat for tight manoeuvring. So coming out here on the port helm, got the Garmin instrumentation repeater there, and we've also got a completely separate Raymarine autopilot system. The controls are over here on port side, and so this is great for on passages. You've just got that extra peace of mind knowing you've got a whole separate redundant system, so if something goes wrong with the Garmin one, you can just switch over to the Raymarine and carry on autopilot. So we're just standing on top of the coach roof, going to have a look around up here. Here's the back solar array, 900 watts. The main sheet traveller, that's going to be replaced. We're just waiting for the part to come in, so that'll be brand new. Looking down over on top of the starboard helm, looking forwards, you can see some of the coach roof solar array. There's 600 watts there on a separate controller. Then as we move forwards, brand new tramp net, brand new deck bag with the code 0 and the Jenica in it. There's the jib. Looking here at the rigging, got a brand new main halyard, brand new spinnaker halyard, and the standing rigging was all replaced in 2021. Here's the radar, and right at the top the masthead camera. So looking at the base of the mast, we've got the self-tacker for the jib, which is awesome when you're single-handed. We've got the main winch, and we've got the jammers here as well. So just going to take a look at these lockers at the foot of the mast. So starboard one, it's got a lot of storage, and 215 litre water tank. In the centre we got the anchor locker. So in here we've got a 1000 watt quick horizontally mounted winch, just been serviced. Got the control for that, and we've got 100 metres of chain onto a Rockner Vulcan 33 kilo anchor. So the chain was replaced April 2023. And into the port locker. So in here we've got 2 full sets of dive gear, and we've got the port side water tank, another 215 litres, and so these can be completely separate, or you can run them in tandem. So looking here to the port bow locker, there's pretty good storage in here. These are designed on the spec sheet as crew cabins, so they're about 2 meters long, and probably up to about your shoulder when you hop in. So in here we store a whole heap of stuff, toys, spare sails, spare ropes, the shade cloths, and we've actually got a shade sail that goes right over the foredeck, and an inflatable platform as well. It's just so much fun. It's huge. It's like 6 meters by 1.5 meters, and the kids just have a blast. Okay, let's take a look here at the deck bag. So we had this custom made for us out of Sunbrella just last year, and the idea was to have both the light air sails so we could install them on the deck and also launch them from here as well. So we've got a code 0 made by North in 2021, as well as an asymmetric spinnaker. So this is the code 0. That's on a furler, and it's 74 square meters. And in here we've also got the spinnaker, and it's 108 asymmetric spinnaker, and it's on a snuffer. Okay, just the last couple of things to mention while we're up here on the bow. We've got the folding bowsprit for the light air sails, and we've also got a new anchor bridle just replaced last year. So taking a look here in the starboard bow locker, same size as on port. This is where we keep all our fenders, spare mooring lines, also the hose for washdown, the tow line for the dinghy, the anchor for the dinghy. We've got our spare Fortress anchor in here. Got the sea brake sea drogue with chain and lines, and also a whole lot of jerry cans just for fuel, diesel, petrol and water. So I just wanted to run through some details around the engines. Real selling point for us with this boat is that it's got the upgraded 40 horse Volvo engines over the standard 30 horse. They've got 2,500 hours on each side, and last year we spent about 35,000 doing a major service and upgrade. So both the engines came out, both the sail drives came out. We had them repainted, we had all the seals were redone on the sail drives. New alternators, new MDI, new control loom, new control panels, new hour meter. There was quite a list of the work we did. And then below that, thinking of the props have got 3-blade flexi-fold props. And we've also got underwater lights all under here. It's quite fun at night for fishing. And then on both the sterns we've got saltwater shower on this side on pressure, and on the other side we've got hot and cold shower freshwater on pressure. Okay, so let's just look inside the port engine bay here. You can see large steering quadrants, got a separate hydraulic steering pump on each side. We remounted the raw water, did an upgrade and separated it from the engine to stop vibration issues. Yeah, and that's the D2 Volvo 40. Okay, and now we're looking down here on the starboard engine bay. Just got a duplicate of the other side, Volvo D240, new injectors and new glow plugs as well. So just taking a look at the tender, it looks like we're moving along, but we're actually at anchor. It's just the tide's pretty strong here in Cheltenham Harbour. So it's an 11 foot or 3.3 metre Adventurer by TrueKit. This was replaced 2 years ago. Yep, so it's set up with a bridle here for tow foiling, floating tow rope, and it's great for water sport. Like, it's just so easy to climb in here over the bow, and because it's all inflatable and soft, you can put your foil boards in here, nothing gets dinged up. Yeah, it's really good. Brand new outboard, replaced just last year, Yamaha 2-stroke 15 horse, and we've got the Dolphin fitted on down on the props just to reduce cavitation as well.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed the presentation of the beautiful Nautitech 40 Open Alleycat. Sorry about the background noise in the end videos. There is a lot of cicadas around at the moment. It's high summer in New Zealand. The boat is located in Tauranga, just south of Auckland Airport, and the owners are around if you wish to organize an inspection. Any questions? Please just reach out. Thanks for watching.